Well, dear me, this has been a heck of a learning curve, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. How the devil are we doing? Welcome back. Shall we get down to it? So, we are coming up to the end of the Hagibah the Nestmaid's raid. Her fusion event. We're just about sharpening it up over here, and it looks like I will eventually get my very first proper fusion event done. Now, I explained before as to why I'm going through this particular event and why I'm looking to get it. It's actually less about the fact that I want to unlock her particularly, because I don't actually think she's phenomenal. I think she's okay if you don't have a lot of roster depth, which I don't have a lot of roster depth, let's be honest. I'm mostly doing it so that I can get the fusion token, because I would very much like to get something like Wixwell. Wixwell would be a big change to my account, a significant change to my account. However, I recently, in pursuit of getting Hagibah, we obviously had to do a couple of champion chases, and I managed to pull myself a rather cool little unit. Don't forget, brand new players that sign up using my QR code or the link in the description will be getting access to the legendary unit Tholin Foulbeard, as well as 3 fantastic epic support units in Fane, Allure, and Tagore. Here's how you do it. First of all, make sure you sign out of your Plarium Play account. Use my QR code or click the link in the description and sign up with a brand new email account. Once you've played through the tutorial of Raid, you'll be able to go into your inbox and collect your first legendary unit, Tholin Foulbeard. This guy will dominate the campaign as well as many of the early game dungeons. But it doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go ahead and use the promo code SUPERVICTORY. This will get you access to Pelops the Victor, an absolutely phenomenal tanky unit in the game that pairs so well with Tholin that you will blitz through the campaign and start your account off fantastically. That's right, we managed to get Crockhard. Is it Crockhard? Crockhard the Throat Ripper. This individual I managed to pull through a Sacred Shard, and apparently he's actually pretty good, in particular in areas of the game that I do actually need some real better units. The Hydra event, for example, the clan boss, I really do need to do that. Obviously, he's going to be good in faction wars. Obviously, he'll be good in campaign, even though I don't really need a campaign farm or anything like that. I'm mostly interested in this for Hydra performance. Now, the thing with Crockhard the Throat Ripper is that very much so, he really does need to have his support unit in the leadership. And that is actually this rather attractive gentleman, Packmaster Shiek or Shiek. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one exactly, but this guy really enables Crockhard to be the best he possibly can be. And because he is a past fusion, and he's only a tier 2, he only needs 2 of those fusion tokens. So I'm absolutely 100% going to be getting this fusion token, working on the next one, and then changing up and going ahead to get my Packmaster Shiek, who is going to massively improve my clan boss teams, I hope. So there were a load of learnings that I made. This was my first proper classic fusion event that I've really sort of length into in my time playing Raid, and I learned a heck of a lot. I'm only missing a couple of things. If we just go ahead and check it out, we have got 2 of these, I think it's Xanthi. Is it Xanthi? Something like that. And I've got almost all of the necessary horned vipers that I need. Obviously, I am missing 2 right now, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm missing 2 right now. One is going to be for the Classic Arena Takedown event that's currently active. It finishes up tomorrow, so I've got a day and a bit left to do that. I need to get, an extra 65 points or so from that. And the final one, which is finishing up today, is going to be the Gear Hunter event. And I'm nearly there for that. I need, an extra less than 1,000 points in order to finish that up. And I will be getting that most likely before I go to bed today, and that will be the last 2 units, and then all I'll have to do is essentially fuse those last 2 sets of Vipers into these Xanthis, and then get those Xanthis up to level 50, 5-star ascended, in order to get Hagibah. Alright, so what is it that I learned in particular? I learned a couple of things. First and foremost, I absolutely loathe Champion Chase, and I loathe gear enhancement events. It feels like you get caught on this perpetual wheel of, I must be farming this dungeon constantly. I must find a way to get myself roughly 20 million silver in order to then spend it all on the equipment. It feels a lot of the time like between doing this and trying to farm up for the summoning events and stuff like that, getting enough of your shards essentially to pull through, it feels like you are constantly on this fast moving wheel that you really have to keep the pace up in order to be ready. But I did learn some pretty cool stuff. So for example, what I'm going to be doing now for future events is I'm going to be hoarding all of my food to level up. I'm going to be getting characters up, getting them prepped to go to level 60. Obviously, I'll just be at 50 and 5 stars. I'll keep them in there until we have another Champion Chase event where I really need to get them up to those 6 stars. So I'm going to be using my vault, essentially, prepping everybody, all my 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, all of those units that I need to get, into the higher star range. And that's the only time that I'll be taking units to level 60, because dear Lord, do you really need to level up a lot of units otherwise? I went through so many crystals just trying to constantly refresh and go through and do campaign modes over and over again. Speaking of, the campaign mode is useful for a couple of things. Obviously for leveling up the units, it's really cool to be able to just go in. I usually use stage 6, but I'm probably going to use stage 3 from now on. Stage 6 does give you better experience point, marginally so, but stage 3 does give you better silver. So I usually go in here and I'll set up the multi-battle event. Oh, well, I'm currently doing Iron Twins at the moment, but I'll set that up to just sell every bit of equipment because there's nothing here that's going to be useful to me. I'd rather build up the silver. The other thing that was super, super valuable, going into the forge, for example, and just doing low tier, low level, low star gear over here, crafting up a lot of it, taking it to level 4 and then selling it off, or even just selling it off directly, can be a really good way to make a decent chunk of money. Of course, get a lot of silver because you need so much. You'll finish one summon event and there'll be another gear enhancement event, and then there'll be like one of the dungeon chase events, and then it'll go back to a gear enhancement event, and you've got to make sure you keep on top of it. Otherwise, you're going to miss valuable points, which do turn into the individual units that you need to summon, like all these Horned Vipers. I was fortunate because I went away for this weekend and didn't have access to my PC, and I couldn't really get on my phone because I was a busy family event. I missed out on one of the Horned Vipers. Thankfully, you can still miss one and get away with it. You obviously just won't have a spear Horned Viper at the end of it, but I'm okay with passing up on the Horned Viper so long as I get Hagaba. So, we missed out on one. Looks like we finished our multi-background battle. We missed out on one Horned Viper, but thankfully I'd already gotten all of the others, and provided I get these last 2 tournaments done, I will be in a good position to go ahead and get Hagaba the Nestmaid. Now, what I'm not certain about is if I do fuse her, I'm not sure how the token comes into play per se. If I do fuse her, do I have to make the choice? I mean, it says fuse her and you get a token. So I think I actually get to keep her. So the question becomes then, is she going to be someone that's worth investing in? I think for me, she will be. Let's just double check this again. Blast of Purification, her basic or A1. Attacks one enemy, 75% chance of placing HP burn. I do like HP burn. Then places Perfect Veil buff on this champion. Perfect Veil is a really good buff. Damage based on hit points. You got increased chance, so you can, if you book her up, she'll max out the HP burn chance, and that's just a little bit extra damage. First special, Insidious Eruption. Attack all enemies. Instantly detonates all bomb debuffs and activates 1 tick of HP burn debuff on all enemies. 75% chance of placing Leech. Leech is quite nice for bosses. Increased damage, increased buff chance, and lower cooldowns to 3. That's pretty good. A 3-turn cooldown's not bad. Larval Consumption steals all buffs from all enemies. That's kind of nice. I do like an AoE buff strip. Has a 75% chance of placing 2 bomb debuffs on all enemies that detonate after 2 turns. Will place a bomb debuff that detonate after 1 turn instead on enemies with no buffs. And then you've got that increased chance of putting those bombs, so you can max it out if it's booked and turn it to a 3-turn cooldown. Cooldowns are really not so bad. Once you got her to 3-star Ascended, the champion is immune to HP burn and bomb debuffs. That's really, really useful. That'll be useful against like Bommel and stuff like that. and will not receive any damage from HP burn debuffs. Whenever an enemy tries to play stun, freeze, sleep, provoke fear, true fear, or petrification debuff on this champion, or increase cooldowns on their skills, places a bomb debuff on that enemy for detonates after one turn. They will ignore block debuffs buffs. That's really cool. She's actually not bad. I don't think she's amazing, but she's not bad. She's a bit of a niche use case. But I can see use. Obviously, going to be great in faction wars as well. And she's got an aura, all battles, 30% hit points, so she'll be a little bit tankier. Again, I think she's just kind of okay. I probably will invest her. I'll take her to 50. And then I will hold on to her at 5-star 50 in preparation for a future fusion event where I'll be able to take it to 60 to get that extra 300 points that you get from those champion chase events. Those 300 points go a long way to helping you hit those milestones whilst those events are active. All right, okay, so those are my learnings from this raid fusion event. It's, like I said, it's a first for me. I'm going to keep plowing, going to keep trying to see how well we can do, how far we can progress. Hopefully we'll be able to get some good units, and eventually I will be able to get Packmaster Shayak in the near future. Depends when the next fusion event comes around, I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could hit that like button, leave me a comment in the comment section down below, give me any advice that you have, and I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and big love.